All right, Vikings fans, are you excited for Kevin O'Connell to be officially hired? Sounds like it's just about done. We'll tell you later on in the video more details about when he'll be announced. But type me if you are fired up for the new head coach in Minnesota. Hey, he just did win a Super Bowl after all. Spam me in the comments, and we'll go ahead and jump on into today's show. You're watching Vikings Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Harrison Graham, and Kevin O'Connell is officially your head coach. Hasn't been announced publicly, but he will be the next head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. This tweet coming in from Adam Schefter just a little bit ago. Vikings are planning to introduce Rams offensive coordinator Kevin O'Connell as their next head coach on Thursday, per league sources. Dotting those I's, crossing the T's, but he is the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. And it's nice to kind of have this officially kind of put to rest. Of course, once the press conference comes, then we can, really put it to rest. But, there's all these theories out there. What if Sean McVay retires and Kevin O'Connell stays in L.A. and becomes the head coach? That's not going to happen. Kevin O'Connell will be the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. He has a good relationship with Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, and we'll get to hear from the new head man on Thursday afternoon, and we might potentially even have some kind of reaction video to that press conference as well. We'll have to see how things play out. What is your one-word reaction to the Vikings hiring Kevin O'Connell as the next head coach? Let us know down in the comments. My one word is finally. It's just glad it's finally getting this done, because all the Harbaugh stuff, it was just a mess. One-word reaction to the Vikings hiring Kevin O'Connell. And it's certainly been a rise for Kevin O'Connell, as he had the quarterback's job back in 2015 with the Cleveland Browns. He was on the 49ers staff in 16. Quarterback's gig again with Washington in 17 and 18 before he became the offensive coordinator. Sean McVay brings him in to be his offensive coordinator as well. And now that Sean McVay coaching tree continues to grow, as Kevin O'Connell is the latest to get a head coaching job, and for good reason, right? McVay and the boys just won a Super Bowl. He's gone to 2 of them. Zach Taylor, one of his disciples, was the other coach in that game, as he, of course, is the head coach of the Bengals. Matt LeFleur is doing great work in Green Bay. You look at this list, like, none of these guys have a bad reputation at this point. It started slowly in Cincinnati for Zach Taylor, but boom, you get a good quarterback and things really take off with Joe Burrow. Same with Brandon Staley and Justin Herbert. They got off to a nice little start this year. Didn't make the playoffs, but 9-8 in year 1 there. So now we get to see how Kevin O'Connell fits with the Minnesota Vikings. So I'm excited to see it play out. Should be a fascinating season in the NFC North. Grade the hire of Kevin O'Connell, A, B, C, D, or F. Get your letter grades in the comment section. I think this is a good hire for Minnesota. I really do think it is. In fact, I'll give it a B+. I think it's, anytime it's a first-time head coach, it's hard to say, oh, it's an A, it's a home run hire. There's no way he fails. So I'm not going to do that. I'll go B+, McVay tree, offensive mind. This team has good offensive skill players in place with Kirk Cousins at quarterback, all your receivers with Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, and, of course, Dalvin Cook as well. I think this is a good hire. Now the focus becomes getting him in here, getting the rest of the staff in place, which some of his staff members have already been hired, including the defensive coordinator. That deal came together a few days ago, and now it's about revamping that defense as well. That's going to be very, very important for the Vikings this upcoming season. Deal of the day here on Minnesota Vikings Now is this Vikings hoodie, including some other ones as well, up to 50% off. Go to chatsports.com/Vikings hoodie. That link will be in the comments. It'll be in the description of this video. Click and shop today. Great deals. Stay warm this winter. It's cold as hell up in Minnesota. So chatsports.com/Vikings hoodie. Get one for up to 50% off. A lot of cool looking ones. You can shop and check out some other gear as well. Let's do a little free agency rumor discussion here. How about signing Charvarius Ward at cornerback? ESPN released an article taking a look at the top 50 free agents and what their best fits could be. And they suggested Ward to the Minnesota Vikings. And I think it clearly would be an upgrade. Charvarius Ward's had an interesting little career. as he was initially with Dallas, was with the Chiefs, had a couple nice years with the Chiefs, stunk in 2020, but was really pretty solid in 2021, played well this year. Here's what ESPN had to say about Charvarius Ward. The Vikings must address the cornerback spot opposite of Cam Dantzler, and a new regime will want a new outlook for the position. Ward's ability to battle in-man coverage will make him an attractive option for several teams. The arrow is pointing up on Ward, who will challenge in-man coverage and utilize his backfield vision to overlap throws in zone. With aggressive coverage traits, Ward would elevate the quarterback position in Minnesota. He played really well this year. He had one bad game outside of maybe a slow start to the season in Kansas City, but he had one bad game over the final 10 or 12 games. It was against Cincinnati when Jamar Chase went crazy. He got beat a few times, but he played much better against the Bengals in the playoffs, held his own against Chase and T. Higgins. He played really well. He is an aggressive man corner. He's physical at the line of scrimmage, and he grabbed a couple of picks this year, an area that he had struggled in the past couple of years. He grabbed 2, knocked away 10 other passes as well. Charvarius Ward played really nicely for Kansas City. And remember, you Vikings fans should know this, the Chiefs let Bashaud Breeland go, and Charvarius Ward's reemergence paid off in that move, especially considering how Breeland flamed out in Minnesota, as you guys all know. Should the Vikings sign Charvarius Ward? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I certainly think you could do a whole lot worse than him, so get your votes in down in the comments. Again, I think it'd be a clear upgrade. I'm not sure what Patrick Peterson's future is in the NFL. Obviously, Breeland didn't work out. I still like Cam Dantzler. I think he can be a piece moving forward. We'll see if Mackenzie Alexander is back, but I don't expect Peterson to return. I think you bring in a guy like Charvarius Ward, a younger corner, give him a 2, 3, 4-year deal, a guy that can be a part of your defense for multiple years and not just go this one-year contract route, which is kind of what they did last year with Peterson, Breeland, and Alexander. Groom Dantzler, get a proven guy with Ward, like Ward in there. Is he a true number one? No, but I think a Dantzler-Ward combination can certainly work in the Vikings secondary. So we'll see what happens in free agency. Obviously, a lot of the direction will be based on the new head coach, which is, of course, Kevin O'Connell. Fascinated to see the relationship between him and Kwesi Adofo-Mensah come together here because it's a big offseason. And, with question marks in Green Bay, with Aaron Rodgers and his future there, I mean, the NFC North, it could be up for grabs this year. So it's glad to get this O'Connell business done. Fascinated to see what he says at his press conference. And again, we will likely break that down as well, which is why you should subscribe to Minnesota Vikings Now here by Chat Sports. Link is below, youtube.com/Vikings Today. We will have the latest Vikings news and rumors all off season long. Do not miss any of it, and we will see you guys very, very soon here on the channel.